Good evening, ladies, and welcome to another episode of Wine and Wisdom. I am Dr. Carlia East, your empowerment coach, and I'm ready to get this thing started. Today, we are really talking about bittersweet memories, honey. When I say bittersweet memories of a breakup, divorce, or separation, just dealing with the thoughts, the processes, the spaces that we used to go in together, the people that used to see us as two, and now I'm only one. So that thing can be very uncomfortable. Can I get an amen? Okay. We're going to go ahead and take a sip on that topic because I know some of us ladies have been avoiding spaces and places because we do not want to deal with the environment and the situations that we're in. And so we've got to first take homage and pay attention to the fact that we are now ready to step into new spaces, new places, and new ideas. Okay. So, amen. Let's take a sip on that. Mm-mm-mm. Yes. So, again, my name is Dr. Carlia East. I've been helping and providing empowerment and wisdom and guiding women through divorce for the past 20 years and into healthy, amicable relationships as well as healthy individual relationships with themselves, because sometimes we need to know ourselves. Now, if something on this call resonates with you and I hit a nerve button and you look at me like, who does Heifer think she is? Then that means you need to connect with me. Check the link because I will put a link for us to, check the comments. So I'll put a link in there for us to connect on a vibe call. Vibe call is an opportunity for us to create your unique blueprint and figure out those deficits so that we can figure your growth, so we can start your growth pattern and you can thrive through divorce. But for now, let's go ahead and get into Stephanie. Now, Stephanie has been divorced now for about 4 or 5 months. You know, she knew that it was something that she needed to do. She was ready for the divorce. So not every woman, as we know, is having a difficult time making that decision. Some of us are like, you know what, it's time to go. But even when we are free, even when we are in that space where we can totally control our own mindsets and what we do and where we go, there still are these memories haunting us, following us around in our spaces. And so with Stephanie, memories followed her everywhere, to cafes, places that they used to go and have coffee on Saturdays. She would avoid those spaces. How many of y'all are avoiding that Starbucks? How many of y'all are avoiding that Publix that you used to go to, or that restaurant, or that game room, right? Or that spot that y'all used to go and have cigars and hang out? How many of y'all are really avoiding those spaces because of the memories, right? Because it brings back and confronts you with the reality of, I'm not in this space anymore. I'm okay not being in this space anymore. But damn, do I really want to explain why I'm not in this space anymore to other people who are still left trying to figure it out? And that can be difficult as well as having these intrusive thoughts of things popping up. And we don't want them popping up. Okay. Now, many of us will change things. We will change our environment. Oftentimes with breakups and separations and divorces, we end up moving into different spaces, and all of those are great, right? Those are great fresh starts and opportunities for us to restart. But we continue to still be haunted by memories. They linger in us. When we go to spaces where we used to go as a couple, we think about, what are we going to tell people? How are we going to respond? How can we stand in that space proudly and smile? And these are spaces that we would want to go into, but now we're going to the one that's 5 miles down the road, or we're not even enjoying that space anymore because it brings back too many memories. There are all these different triggers that come with being single and dealing and healing from your past relationship. There's sight, touch, taste, sound, and smell, and all of those play a role in connecting us to those former selves. And I think that we have to start by recognizing that avoidance is not the key, right? Not going to places, being frustrated, not engaging in those activities, going to the one that's 80 miles away is not the answer, because at the end of the day, you are going out of your way. You are still allowing that individual that you decided you did not want to be with and that you knew wasn't worth your value, didn't understand your worth and value, right? Didn't understand and didn't want to put that into you. You knew that that wasn't where you wanted to be, but yet you're still being invaded by these, sensory emotions and connections. And part of that is because we haven't replaced them with new senses and emotions. Y'all hear what I'm saying? You've avoided spaces, you've tried to even engage in new activities, right? But think about it. Even though you're engaging in new spaces and new activities, what are you still doing? Avoiding the old spaces. And those old spaces doesn't mean that you have to go out with the old because you're no longer with that person. That space could be directly derived and created for you so that you can recreate new memories and expose yourself to things, right? That's the whole point of that space. But how do I navigate? That's what y'all ask me. Like, okay, I hear you, Doc, but how the hell I'm going to go into this space that triggers me? Let me tell y'all something. Let's say it was a Starbucks. We're just going to use that. And y'all used to go get coffee every morning. And now you're triggered about going to that Starbucks because the people know you by name. They know you, the experience of what you even order. The smell of the coffee just makes you like, bleh. Let me tell you what you do. Take your homegirl with you to that coffee shop. You know, you may not need to go in the morning, and maybe in the afternoon, and maybe in the evening. Order your same drink, but put something different on top. Put a little sprinkle on the side, right? Sit in your spot and enjoy that laughter with your bestie, right? Recreate a new baseline. That's your nugget, guys. You got to recreate the new baseline. Sometimes we just can't be out of sight, out of mind, and I don't want to, deal with it. I don't want to deal with him or her, and so therefore I'm just going to avoid spaces. But then you're going out of your way, and they still have a soul tie connected to you, and you're the only one that's holding the other end of that string. Do you understand? So I need you to recreate that space by redesigning what it looks like to you, by having new memories and opportunities and strength in that space. That is the only way that we're going to thrive, ladies. We can't avoid shit. I'm not going to go to a Publix way down the street because this person still goes to this one. I'm going to still go to the Publix, pick what I need. I may take my mom or a girlfriend or a guy friend with me for my first shopping expedition if that's difficult for me. And then I'm going to create new memories of laughter and joy. So that way space has a different meaning for me. It no longer means what it meant before. It no longer has the value of us, but the value of me. Do y'all understand? This is all about getting to the value of you and not allowing these memories and these senses to stop you from progressing and staying empowered in the spaces that you know you want to be in. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this nugget and took a piece with you. I know I did. Again, if this resonated with you, and I know it did, I want you to click the link below that allows you to jump on my vibe call where I can teach you your original blueprint of how to thrive through divorce. We will cultivate your ability for empowerment to communicate effectively through this roller coaster navigation. We will talk about effective communication with your ex, even while you're separating, going through the divorce, or if you have children or pets and need to stay connected to this person. How do I stay connected and communicate without being a bitter chick, right? And then also working on your own self-development and empowerment so that you can be your best self at all times, no matter what the circumstances may be. It was a blast vibing with you guys. I hope y'all put some comments in the chat to understand that this is never judgment, but always a safe space. We are going through this together because I am also thriving through divorce. And what do I tell you, ladies? We are too beautiful, to be better. So with that, have a beautiful, blessed, and wonderful evening. I want you guys to like, share, and comment on this post. Make sure you are unapologetically authentic and know that I will be back with you for a live episode next week where we continue to talk about and navigate and thrive successfully through divorce. Won't he do it? Y'all take care. Be blessed. Bye.